Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited because the Sephora Fragrance for All event is here and I'm so excited to be collaborating with Sephora again. Thank you, Sephora, for sponsoring this video because this is going to be 20% off full-size fragrances as well as hair and body mists. So this is a big deal if you are like myself and you love perfume. This is the event to shop. This is just in time for the holidays. Now, this is a Beauty Insider member exclusive, and the 20% offer is a one-time use, so you want to make the most of it. So if you haven't already, now is the time to sign up to become a Sephora Beauty Insider. I will leave all the information down below in the description box, but today I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite perfumes. I tried to cover the bases, a little something for everyone, and all of these you can find at Sephora. So if you're interested in seeing my recommendations, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm gonna start out with one of my favorite body and hair mists. This would be perfect gift for those that may not wear perfume every single day, or maybe a family member that you're not quite sure if they wear perfume or not. I am absolutely obsessed with the Salt and Stone. These are the body and hair fragrance mists. I pretty much have all of them except for the newest one, which is on my list for my stocking. So I'm going to mention that one. It is their saffron and cedar mist. I have the body wash and I have just completely fallen in love with it. So I want to go ahead and get the body mist as well as the deodorant. That's how much I love this brand so much. The saffron is sort of a warm and spicy scent. If you are somebody who loves Baccarat 540, that would be the one to pick. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Again, I have the body wash and I'm just obsessed. This one, the Santal and Vetiver, this one, if you are a fan of a woody sandalwood scent, if you're somebody who likes Le Labo Santal 33, you are going to love the Santal Vetiver. This is such a great earthy, woody scent. This is a perfectly unisex body mist. Absolutely love this one. I also have the Bergamot and Hinoki body mist. That one's going to be a little bit more citrusy as well as woodsy, just really kind of invigorating and uplifting. And then for my sort of deep, mysterious or rose lovers, I recommend the Black Rose and Oud mist. That one is like a sexy little beast. I love it. But these are light body mists that just are amazing to step out of the shower, spray them on. It's going to give you light, as it is a mist, but it is perfect kind of to layer with other fragrances or just on their own. So wanted to mention the Salt and Stone body mist. You cannot go wrong with any of these. Another great gift idea is for any of you who love Moroccanoil. Oh, this is the best smelling hair mist. I love the shampoo and all, but I picked this up because I love the scent of this so much. It smells exactly like the hair oil, the shampoo line. It is gorgeous. This has warm notes of amber and then magnolia. It is just the best smell ever, and it's really easy to just kind of spray it in your hair. It smells so good, and it's very lightweight, so it's just going to kind of give you that beautiful scent cloud, the Moroccanoil scent cloud. It's very fresh too. This is one of these compliment getters. If you know somebody that loves this line, I think this would make a great gift. It is so good. It'd be good for yourself. Oh, I love this. Okay, moving on to perfume. A classic, but sort of a modern take that I'm super excited about and that I'm obsessed with is the new Shalimar L'Essence L'Eau de Parfum. This is so amazing. First of all, if you have somebody who likes the Shalimar DNA, your mom, your grandmother, anything like that, I still think they're gonna love this new modern take of it. This to me is the most gorgeous kind of rendition of this. This is what Guerlain created for their 100th anniversary of Shalimar. I know so many people that is their signature scent, and I'm somebody who really appreciates Shalimar. I think it is a beautiful powdery iris scent, but I love this new version. I find it to be just a little bit more updated. If you are somebody who loves iris scents, you love vanilla scents, I think you're gonna love this new version. I personally think that Guerlain makes the best vanillas in the entire world. And this one right here has that Guerlain vanilla in here. You can just smell the quality of the vanilla in here. This is not going to be a sugary vanilla. This is an adult vanilla. It also has this freshness to it because of the bergamot, and then it retains that beautiful iris that you expect from the original Shalimar, but I would say this is just a little bit more amped up with that beautiful Guerlain DNA with that vanilla in here. It is truly so stunning, and I honestly cannot believe what a good price this is already, but I feel like this would make such a beautiful gift for any of those who love Shalimar. It's celebrating the 100th anniversary, just a little bit more modern take, but I still think that people who love the original are going to love this one as well. And this was one where I ordered the smaller one when it first launched because I wanted to try it out. And now, as you can see, I have the lovely bigger bottle because I love it that much. And again, this is just a classic, iconic scent that I'm always going to want to have in my repertoire. Now, speaking of vanilla, my daughter, who is 23 years old, what she asked for Christmas was the Boy Smells. This is the Vanilla Era. And this to me is like the perfect edgy vanilla scent. I can totally see why she wanted this one. She prefers a little bit more earthy scents, and I feel like this is a vanilla with edge, really chic, kind of cool. That's what I would say is. This is not a super sweet vanilla. It's got a note of espresso or coffee in here. That's what I smell. I was like, ooh, this is really like interesting. That's what I'm saying. This one has a little bit of edge to it. The key notes in here are vanilla absolute, white tulip, as well as black amber. It's also got a shot of an espresso note as well as pepper. So it has just this really cool edge to it. It's vanilla era. I actually like so many of the Boy Smells perfume. I feel like this fragrance is like perfect for your cool cats. You know which ones I'm talking about. They're just naturally cool. They don't want anything too sweet. They want something that's gonna kind of mold to them and make it their own scent. This one is amazing, and I'm definitely gonna call it sort of my edgy vanilla. This is the one that I recommend for all your cool friends. I feel like they would really like this Boy Smells Vanilla Era. Okay, then for all of your clean beauty friends, and in general, I absolutely love commodity fragrances. This is one of my favorite brands to gift because there's just none of them that I don't like, if that makes sense. Of course, there's some that I prefer more because of my, tastes and stuff. For instance, you cannot go wrong with Commodity Milk. That is just a bestseller for a reason. That is going to be for your people that like just a slight gourmand. Again, it's going to have this kind of mahogany wood note in it, as well as that kind of marshmallowy feel and some cold milk. Love that. And then they launched Milk Orchid, which is my personal favorite because I'm somebody who enjoys floral scents and I already love milk. So think about if you are somebody who's a fan of milk and then you like a little layer of beautiful florals. If you love a fig note, it is like fig milk, a little soft magnolia, as well as vanilla orchid. Let's just say my daughter stole my bottle, took it to LA with her when she was home. So she's bringing it back over the holidays because I said she could borrow it. But just to know, that is on my list to pick up at the event for myself since she already took my bottle. But I did go ahead and pick up the newest release. This is Commodity Iced. Oh my goodness. This is such an interesting scent. It literally does have like almost this icy feel to it when I even spray it on. I don't exactly know how they do that. I think it's this eucalyptus note in here. So this is going to take you to snow-capped mountains. So you definitely feel like that icy snow. So you're up at the top of the mountain, but the sun is shining down on you. So it's this very interesting, like, you know, the cold, icy, beautiful snow. And then you've got this ray of sunshine. You know how people get sunburned when they ski? They have like the funny goggle sunburn or suntan on themselves. You definitely have some of that because this has a mango note in here. So kind of think of like, when I think of mangoes, I think of more tropical. But then this also has like a little hit of spice in here, some spicy ginger, black pepper. Then this has this very invigorating notes of spearmint. Like you get this mintiness and eucalyptus. Like it literally is opening up like my nose passages. I've actually been a little sick and I have to say it's like this one kind of gives you that menthol kind of spearmint eucalyptus hit to it. This is such an interesting scent. I really have to tell you, it's interesting, but it smells very good. This is going to be a great recommendation for someone who thinks outside the box. They don't want to smell like everybody else. They want something that's interesting and unique. And this one truly, it's like, you know, this yin and yang. You've got yourself, you know, kind of skiing on the mountains with the sun, but then on the other side, there's these notes of a little bit of like a tropical nature. And then again, it's got this very invigorating, as the name says, iced mintiness, this eucalyptus that is just really, really cool. But it dries down to this sort of smooth, cool, slightly fruity, clean scent. I'm somebody who loves like little shampoo scents. So this one is kind of reminding me a little bit of like Aveda's you know, that Shampure, that rosemary mint shampoo, but then it's got this kind of lovely mango fruity note in it. It is really, really good, and I don't want you to take that the wrong way. I'm saying that in a positive, but it's just very invigorating. I have to say, I really love this one. I think it's a really unique concept, and again, I think for any of your friends that are a little bit more unique, again, they don't want to smell like everybody else, I think they might really like this iced. It is such a cool scent. I want to mention two more commodity fragrances. Again, I feel like these are great recommendations, but great for gifting. I believe the first one that I bought might have been Commodity Gold, and I would describe this as a warm, slightly gourmand fragrance. This has this beautiful vanilla note in here, but it's also on a bed of creamy sandalwood and amber. I feel like this one's a little bit more sophisticated than Milk, and don't get me wrong, I love that one too, but it's got that sort of like tonic, milky accord that not everyone loves. So if you have somebody who wants a more slightly sophisticated, but in that kind of warm, slightly sweet gourmand world, I would highly recommend Commodity Gold. This one just feels very luxurious. It also has just a little bit of sensuality to it. Just a really great pick from Commodity. And then for my fruity floral fans, you cannot go wrong with Commodity Juice. This one is bursting with like berries, like raspberry in here. There's a little note of rhubarb in here. So there's just a slight sharpness that I like though, that dissipates, but again, it makes it, you know, not too fruity. This has this beautiful touch of Bulgarian rose in here, but then it's kind of grounded with some warmth from amber. So just a really well, like, balanced fruity floral, but it's going to definitely be for those that love that kind of fruity burst. Definitely has this juicy feel, but it dries down to a fruity floral kind of musk is what I would say. It has a cleanness to it. This one is one anytime I wear it, I get a compliment. I don't know if it's just that genre of like the fruity florals that get me compliments. Everybody's skin is a little bit different, but definitely would recommend this for anybody that is on your fruity floral list as far as perfume. Another stellar launch from Commodity. Okay, moving on to a really safe blind buy. This has been a repeat purchase throughout the years, and this one is perfectly unisex. I love it as much as my husband does, and this is the classic Jo Malone. This is the Wood, Sage, and Sea Salt. This one is also one that I love to layer over so many of my fragrances to give it a little lift, if that makes sense. So cannot recommend this classic. It is just such a great everyday scent. I freaking love it. It is fresh, it is aquatic, it's got that little bite, a little teeny bite of salt in it. This is perfectly unisex, but I would definitely describe this as like the perfect clean girl aesthetic perfume. Again, repeat purchase. This is one that I grab when in doubt and I just want to smell good. This is it. I love to layer this over other fragrances to kind of give it a lift. If I have on something that maybe is too deep, I will sometimes kind of lighten it up with my wood, sage, and sea salt. It's very aromatic. It is just perfection. This was one, like when it originally launched, I took a sniff of it. I had to buy it that day in the store. My husband and I picked this up recently. We share it. That's like one of our favorites, and I highly recommend this one from Jo Malone. Next one I want to talk about is a new obsession of mine. This is a new perfume brand to me. This is the Harlem Perfume Company. And this one is called Langston. And this was one that was like immediate love at first sniff. This also made my eyeballs roll back in my head. That's like how good this is. I'm already wearing this one today. That's how obsessed I am with this scent. I'm going to describe this Langston as rich and decadent, and you'll understand why as I read the notes to you. The key notes in here are chocolate, orange brandy, so this one definitely has a little bit of booze in here, and then jasmine, and I am somebody who loves jasmine scents, and this is just like out of its mind good. It's perfect for this time of year as well. This one also has some cinnamon in here. This has this suede orris note in here, as well as some creamy sandalwood and this warmth from amber. Like, so this one, when I smelled it, I was like, whoa, I'm having like this major effect. Like, this blew my mind. That's how good it is. And then I laughed when I'm reading the reviews. I think this has like 5 stars across the board. I was like, how have I been missing out on this one? And the name Langston is inspired by the visionary poet Langston Hughes. This is going to be for my rich, decadent lovers. You are going to freaking love this one. My husband and I both love this one. That's why we were smelling a bunch of scents and I just completely fell in love with this one. He was like, that is so good. Now, he did say this might be a little bit sweet for him, but for myself, he was like, oh my gosh, it smells incredible on you. This also gives you like the best scent cloud ever. People are gonna know that you are wearing something incredible. They're going to ask you what it is. It's that kind of scent. This also has this rich note of tonka bean in here. Tonka is one of my favorite notes in perfume. I feel like it adds some dimension or heft to the scent. And when I was reading the reviews, another recommendation that I was going to share, they had said that Langston reminded them of Kilian's Angel Share, and I can see a little bit of the comparison there, but to me these are 2 very different scents. On me, which I do absolutely love, Angel Share, and if you are somebody who wants compliments, this one and this one are both gonna garner compliments, but this one, Angel's Share, has a little bit more, at least on myself, a powdery dry down, but this does have cinnamon and tonka in it. You really could not go wrong with either one of these scents. I would say this one has that sort of boozy cinnamon apple pie vibe to it. I also like the brandy one from the Kilian line. This is a great gift. I think the bottle is stunning as well. But my newest obsession is this Langston, and the price point of Langston is really good. This is $140 for 1.7 ounces. So if Angel Share is like out of your budget, but you want something in that same realm, I would definitely recommend this very, very cool brand. And now I want to check out a few more from this line as well. Okay, then we're going to end with a few luxury perfumes. This is from Tom Ford, and they keep on getting more and more expensive. So if you are looking to get 20% off one of your favorite Tom Ford perfumes, now is the time, and I cannot recommend Tom Ford Lost Cherry enough. This is an Allure Award winner for a reason. I have been a long time fan of this fragrance, but recently I pulled it out again. I have just moved, so I have literally been unboxing and discovering so many of my favorites that I haven't used in a long time, and it's the perfect time of year for Lost Cherry. This is a stunning cherry, tonka bean, almond scent. So in general, I don't love cherry scents, but I have to say, like, when I smelled this, there was something very addictive about this scent. This one also layers beautiful with Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. This layers beautifully over other scents, but I have to say the cherry is not sickening. It's not too sweet. There's a little bit of sweetness in here, but it's very much balanced. There is something just incredibly blended in it. That's why I think it is an award winner, because you can't quite describe it. You got to really try it on your skin. And it's one of those, I feel like people either love it or hate it. I definitely didn't think I was going to love this one. And it was one that I was like, wow, very addictive. I like literally was like, I've got to go get this. And I've been so happy to like wear it again. That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of having a little lost cherry moment, having a little bit of fun wearing some of my favorites that I haven't in a long. And last but not least, I did the quick gift, and I am waiting for my new Tom Ford Figue Erotique scent. This one just sounded so interesting. I had been on the fence about this one, but it sounded so appealing to me. If you are somebody who is a fig perfume lover, this might be for you. I'm going to go ahead and read the notes and then we will smell this together. But I figured since this was a new launch from Tom Ford and that it is available, I thought I better get my nose on it ASAP. So this is described as a citrus and fruity fragrance that captures the art of the fig. It is supposed to open with exhilarating green freshness of vert de bergamot and fig leaf accord. Then it floods the senses with the resinous honeyed nectar of Tom Ford's exclusive Cadota Fig Accord, a salty and floral note. Muscovado Accord, a scent of dark, indulgent sugar with subtle hints of spice, rounds out this scent. The fruity scent with citrus tones evokes the exquisite moment before a fig bursts. Now the key notes in here sounded super appealing to me. Ripe bergamot, palm sugar, and fig leaf accord. So now let's do a little unboxing and give it a sniff. Okay, quick picks, same day delivery. And let's go ahead, open this up, give it a sniff here. I have to admit the bottle was very intriguing to me. Love that purple shade. Here we go. I did end up picking up the 30 ml, the smaller one, as many of you know. I have a lot of perfume and wanted to give this a try. First of all, first impression, I have to say, really very pretty scent. I'm definitely smelling that fig in here. I'm actually getting a lot of like the overall fig too, like the leaves and everything. There's kind of this green aspect to it. But honestly, first impressions, I have to say it's like a very beautiful scent here. There's not like anything where I'm like, ooh, or having that kind of reaction. Let's take another peek at the bottle here. And I'm just sort of letting this develop. So I want to give you the full effect. Okay, if this is any indication, I'm almost like I should have gone ahead and bought the bigger bottle of this. That is because I'm really liking the way that this is developing on my skin. There is a slight sweetness in here from that Cadota fig that is sort of juicy. I like this herbal kind of greenness. There's a freshness to it. So I've been kind of gravitating towards fresh fragrances that have like a little clean note to them that feel, you know, fresh and clean. I'm getting some of that, like a little bit of that green, but there is this fruitiness too here as well. For some reason, I thought there was a licorice note in here. I thought someone said there was, but I honestly am not smelling any licorice. I'm really loving the fig explosion in here because I'm getting sort of the, I love figs, number one, so just got to give fair warning, that's like my favorite fresh fig. So I'm getting some of that luscious interior of the fig, but I'm also getting some of that greenness of like the stem of the fig, that just a little bit like, I don't want to say too earthy, but something that's going to balance out some of that sweetness. I get that muscovado sugar is something that I like to sprinkle, like if I'm baking, it's a little coarser kind of sugar, a little bit more refined, and I am getting a little touch of that sweetness in here. But again, I wouldn't say this is a total sweet fragrance at all, but a little bit of fruitiness, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of green. I definitely like the way that green balances this out. I am almost picking up on some sort of like honeyed nectar. I really like honeyed fragrances. I think that's a good way to describe the sweetness. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will leave some little notes down below, but so far I have to tell you upon first impression, literally, I am sitting here going, oops, maybe I should have bought this size because I'm really enjoying this and I have been looking for my perfect fig scent. I think the only thing I would say is I find this to be a very beautiful scent, kind of juicy and such, but not necessarily like erotique. So if this is supposed to be sort of like, you know, when vanilla sex and then there's fig erotique, I feel like this is my kind of mislabeling these. I think both of those are just very beautiful scents. I wouldn't say that I'm getting that kind of naughty feel from this. So if you're looking for something a little bit dirty and naughty, I don't think you're going to find it in this scent. I feel like this is if you've been searching for a perfect fresh fig scent with this kind of greenness to it, I'm really liking it. So just want to tell you, I do not regret this buy. This is a pricey, indulgent kind of scent. So definitely great to pick it up at the event. So let me know if you've tried this one, what your thoughts are so far. I can't wait to spray it on, but I've got like a million perfumes on me, so I will do a fresh, clean shower and wear this and give you a little update. Okay, so those are some of my recommendations for the Fragrance for All event. Again, if you have not signed up to become a beauty insider, now is the time. This 20% offer is a one-time use, so make the most of it. Again, I'm going to leave all the information down below, and the code is SAVESCENTS. And if you're a beauty insider, you can couple this with the QUICKGIFTS code as well. And the QUICKGIFTS code is where they are going to deliver it to you same day. So Sephora is going out of their way to help you shop for the holidays. I love gifting fragrance for my friends and family. I find it to be so much fun. And as usual, I love to hear from you. What do I need to get my nose on? There's so many amazing scents at Sephora that I was having a hard time narrowing it down. So let me know what your favorites are, what I need to shop for. And I wanted to wish everyone a happy holiday. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.